Thanks, Dad. It's like you made Mum go all over again. Was it him that made her go the first time? When she was still speaking through Beatrice, Mum said she forgave him. I couldn't understand what for then. Now I do. Since she stopped visiting me at night and talking through Beatrice, I've been lying awake in bed, thinking more and more about the time I heard something break in the kitchen. Then everything went silent. I wasn't sure if it was a plate or a cup or something else. It couldn't have been part of Mum that had broken, could it? Because I didn't hear her scream. The only voice I'd heard in the fight was Dad's angry one. Was she giving him the silent treatment? Then I remembered. Mum couldn't have screamed. For days before that, she'd been talking to me in this strange whisper because she had Larry, whatever it was, she said, until I kept thinking I could hear her voice in my head. It was after the fight that I began to hear it that way all the time through my doll. Laryngitis. That's what it is. I just looked it up in my dictionary. Will she forgive me for doing what I did to Beatrice? When I asked where Mum had gone, Dad just said, she turned into an angel. What kind of answer is that? Eventually, when I asked him again and kept on asking him until he couldn't ignore me anymore, he said it hadn't been laryngitis after all, but something more serious. Cancer. From the cigarettes, cancer sticks he called them. I'd been trying to get her to stop smoking them. It was one of the reasons for their fights. The last time I saw her was when he took me to visit her in the hospital, and she had a machine to help her breathe. After that, she went away. And now Susie and her mum have gone away too. Not the same way as Mum did. They left in a taxi, not a box. I saw them packing everything into a van. I don't think they wanted to leave. I think they had to. Something to do with a letter with the green stripes around the edge. I wanted to go out and say goodbye to them. Dad told me not to. He said it would only upset them. They looked pretty upset anyway to me. I don't see how saying goodbye to them would have made things worse. I wonder who'll move in now the council's got vacant possession. Dad said. I cried when he told me they weren't just leaving the street. They were leaving town altogether, going somewhere up north. And I never got Susie's address. He said, I don't know why you're so upset, Betty. You should be happy for them. Not many people manage to escape this town. Maybe he was making a joke, trying to cheer me up, but it didn't make me laugh. The light doesn't flash outside their flat at night anymore. From my bedroom window, I can see other lights flickering on and off in the stairwells, the flats. I wonder who the man in the black suit's coming for next. When they'd gone, Dad switched on the TV news. He had to switch it off again because I screamed when I saw a man in a black suit making a speech in front of rows and rows of others in black suits on green leather benches in a big wooden room. The man making the speech had a pink salmon face. He was laughing, taunting the man standing opposite him on the other side of the big room. After that I had the dream again, worse this time. In this one, the man's baby gums stopped sucking when he got to me. His lips puckered like I didn't taste nice. I knew that was the only reason why he'd spared me. He would have screwed his boiled fish eyes up tight if they had any lids. Susie was lying on one of the green benches in the big wooden room, like on the TV. At first she looked like a pile of clothes. They were the ones I'd seen her wearing before. Then I saw the braids sticking out of her collar, the one people sometimes call cornrows. I could see her braids, but not much else. I couldn't scream. It was like I had laryngitis, like Mum did when she and Dad had the fight in the kitchen. Susie's clothes and skin and face were all fallen in and saggy, as if someone had taken all her bones out of her. She must have tasted nicer than I did. This time, when I woke up, I didn't scream. I hardly even dared to breathe. I wasn't doing the silent treatment, and I didn't have laryngitis. I just didn't want the man in the black suit to hear me. But then a little voice started whispering to me about the dream. Maybe that's why Mum doesn't come anymore like she used to and speak to me through Beatrice. She doesn't need to use her anymore. Maybe Dad's right, and I am too old for rag dolls now anyway. Maybe Mum lives inside me now. Because the little voice I sometimes hear now sounds like her voice when she had laryngitis. A sort of smoky whisper. The voice that tells me things, explains things that Dad can't or won't explain. Like the man in the black suit, for example. He said, "Don't be silly. The man on the TV isn't a monster. He can't be. He's in the government. He's the Prime Minister." He wouldn't explain who the man in the black suit really was. Just like he wouldn't explain what really happened to Mum. I know now. The little voice said he could have helped them, so they didn't have to go away. He looked the other way. He made them go away, with his not being there, the voice told me. I really wanted Alison and him to be happy, the little voice whispered to me. Well, it didn't talk to me exactly, more in me. He was always so unhappy with me, the little voice went on. Maybe if I'd made him happy, he wouldn't have done what he did to me. So I was right. He was lying about the throat cancer. I think the machine had been to help her breathe because he broke something in her. And that made her go away. No, not go away. Die. There, I've said it. I did wonder why the police hadn't come to take him away if he'd killed her. But I soon worked that one out. He's a good liar and has friends in the police. I won't fall for his lies anymore. Like that one about turning her into an angel. As if I'm still young and stupid enough to believe that kind of nonsense. I am 10 years old now. I remember what he said after sending Alison away, that he felt dead inside. Just like Susie had said the man in the black suit was. I know what he is now. It's up to me to help others like Alison and Susie now. The man in the black suit made them go away. After what I saw on TV, I think the Prime Minister must be one of the same creatures. Maybe it was him that sent the letter with the green lines on the edge. Either there are lots of these monsters, or there's one that can pretend to be lots of different people. I can stop him sending other children away. I'll be like the angel in the picture, spearing the demon. It's easiest for him to pretend to be people who sort of aren't there anyway. Like on TV, in your home, but distant. Like Dad. I've stopped trying to breathe really quietly now. I'm not afraid anymore. I went to Dad's room and saw him sleeping. He was snoring. That helped. How can I be afraid of someone snoring? I know what he wears at night when no one's watching. To go over to the flats. A black suit. I saw it in his wardrobe. He said it was for Mum's funeral, but I know different. He asked Alison why the council couldn't fix the light for her. But I know it's him that goes over there at night and fixes it so they go wrong in the first place. I wondered why his eyes were closed when the man in the black suit I'd seen in my dreams had no eyelids. I know why now. It's not his real face. The air was whistling between his teeth, so I knew they must be false ones to cover his sucking baby gums. I couldn't see where the dad face joined onto the pink salmon fish eye face underneath. He's not my dad anymore, hasn't been for a long time. He went away from himself, left himself in vacant possession. So something else sneaked under his skin while he wasn't there, like those squatters they warn about on the news. That's why he made Mum go away. That's why he got away with it too. If he's also pretending to be the Prime Minister, he's in charge of the police, isn't he? I'm going to find where the mask joins the face. I'm going downstairs to the kitchen to get one of the sharp knives so I can use it to cut the dad face off the fish face. I'll make the man in the black suit tell me what he's done with Dad. I'll slice off the mask, even though it looks like real skin. If he screams, I'll know he's just a clever fake when he's putting it on, like he put the dad mask on. I'm not afraid anymore. He's still snoring. How can you be afraid of someone who's snoring? Well, I think I need a drink after reading that. And I think I need to find out what happened in this house.